All right, hello everybody, and today we are going to be discussing the 2020 Mclaren GT. And before we get into this and really just dive into this, I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys a big spoiler for this video. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that as far as my opinion goes, for whatever it's worth to you, the way I see it, the 2020 Mclaren GT is the best supercar ever made, and the best one that you can buy on the market. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. And by the way, it has nothing to do with numbers or any kind of sheets or track times or anything like that. We're about to get into this. Well, let's move back to almost 30 years ago. And McLaren was a pretty good company, had a very famous racing team, but they were about to unleash what many would call their greatest achievement. In the mid-90s, McLaren put out the F1. What many today, car guys today, still refer to as the greatest car ever made. And there's a good reason for that. Of course, I've never driven it, but the McLaren F1 was like nothing that had ever been put out. For one, it had a rocket seat. I'm serious. You know how cars have like passenger seats and stuff? Well, the McLaren F1 quite literally put the driver front and center. There was one seat and it was right in the center of the vehicle, designed to make you feel like you were totally in control of the car. And everything about the car, from its aerodynamics to its seating position, was not just designed for performance, although it was designed for the best performance, but it was designed to be a supercar that you could drive also every day and actually live with. And people today still refer to it almost reverently. Well, McLaren went through a bunch of different changes over the years and different things. And now for 2020, they put out the GT, which was designed to do it all over again. Create a supercar that you could actually live with. Now, what is that supposed to mean? Okay, look, let's just be honest. Sometimes we like to fantasize. Let's just be honest. We do. We like to dream about, that vacation in Miami or something and sitting on the hammock or whatever with the coconut drinks or whatever. Or maybe yours involves supercars. And yeah, I know it's fun to just think about being behind the wheel of a supercar and going down the Autobahn or something. But then we got to wake up to reality. And in reality, trust me, supercars are way better in video games and in movies than they are in real life. And I'm going to tell you why. If you did have the misfortune of actually buying one, as great as it would be for the first couple of days, trust me when I say you would be absolutely miserable. For one, you've got to be a circus contortionist to get into the majority of these things. I'm serious. So if you wanted to buy a supercar, be prepared to be on a permanent diet. You need to weigh about 90 pounds to actually fit in one of these things and slip in and actually drive it. Just remember that. So you need to be borderline anorexic for one. And also, these things are absolutely miserable on the inside. For one, there's absolutely no cup holders. And I know that sounds like I'm being nitpicky, but what if you get thirsty or something on a long trip or something? You've got nowhere to hold your drink. And you certainly can't hold it in your lap, by the way, because I told you need to be about 90 pounds to actually fit in it. There's no AC and hardly any of them whatsoever. So if it gets really hot or really cold, well, you just got to suck it up, all right? Again, it's going to be a very miserable ride for you. And forget about putting the windows down, because the windows of most of these things are about that big. I'm not joking. They're like that big. So forget that. Oh, and my least favorite thing, no radio, no speakers in most of these things. And guys, having a car without at least a decent sound system, it doesn't even have to be great, but a car without a sound system is like a milkshake without ice cream. I mean, what's the point, right? Why even get it? I mean, just skip it and do something else. That's the reality of living with a supercar. Not to mention the horrible MPGs you get and all that stuff. And don't forget car insurance. I mean, you see what I'm saying? Just stick to the fantasy. It's way better. But I make an exception in the case of the McLaren GT, because they have created, for one, you don't have to be 90 pounds to fit in it. They've created a real door. I'm serious, a real door that you can fit in, and you don't have to be on a permanent diet to fit in. And they've actually created comfortable seats, not those horrible track seats, which are great if you're on the track, but how many of us go on the track? They've created actual real seats you can sit in and be comfortable with. Now, you can truly have your cake and eat it too. And guys, it's got a cup holder. Yeah, I mean, it's only got like one cup holder. But guys, in a market where you have absolutely zero cup holders in any of these things, one cup holder is a laudable achievement. Seriously. Now you can hold your drink and you don't have to die of thirst on the way to wherever you're going. It also, my favorite part, has a sound system. Yes, so now you can cruise on down the Autobahn with your tunes. And they didn't just put any run-of-the-mill junky sound system in it. $250,000 gets you the Bauer and Wilkins surround system. And guys, that's premium grade stuff. That's not like Bose or any of that junk. Bowers and Wilkins is premium grade stuff. Trust me, that is good sound system. Now, if you're going to pay $250,000 for a vehicle, like I said, yeah, $250,000, you might as well get a really good sound system. And by the way, you're not going to believe this, but given that this is a mid-engine vehicle, you actually have a lot of trunk space. I mean, I say a lot of trunk space for a supercar. Believe it or not, you could actually make a grocery trip, a small one, but you could actually make a small grocery trip in this thing. Or possibly, if you needed to just go stay overnight somewhere, you could actually put an overnight bag with a little extra room in this thing. Again, that may not seem like a lot to you, but again, in this kind of segment, that is a high grade achievement. But I know what you're thinking, but what's under the hood? I mean, if I'm getting a supercar, I don't just want livability, but trust me, you want livability. Does it actually have anything under the hood? Yes, it does. For one, let's just admit it looks great. And it's based very loosely on the 720S Coupe. So it looks fantastic, has a lot of nice swoopy lines and stuff, a lot of nice colors, looks really good. Under the hood, you've got a 4-liter turbocharged V8 that puts out about 650 horsepower. Guys, that's about 400 more horsepower than you actually genuinely need in day-to-day life. So trust me, this thing is plenty fast. This thing will go 0 to 60 in about 3-5 seconds. Yeah, that's blazing, trust me. The only problem with having that kind of power is that now you will never have a legitimate excuse for being late to anything. So there may actually be a trade-off there. No more excuses, people. You can make it anywhere. But again, the real story with this thing is I'm not interested in the lap times here. I'm not interested in the 0 to 60. What I'm impressed by is McLaren has created a supercar you could legitimately drive every day without being miserable. Again, a laudable achievement. And I say, well done, McLaren. It's comfortable. You could live in it. Look, let's just say you won the lottery and you could buy any car you wanted in the world. I'd point you to this one, guys, because let me tell you, for $250,000, which is an absurd amount of money, by the way, that's crazy expensive, you actually get what you pay for. The Bowers & Wilkins sound system, comfortable interior, and a cup holder. A cup holder. So anyway, guys, great job, McLaren. This is actually, I'm just prepared to say that right now, this is the best supercar ever for all the reasons I've told you. So well done, McLaren, and thank you for watching this video. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.